Hello, today I'll show you how to make fireworks in Procreate. For this tutorial, hold your iPad horizontally and then choose the screen size for the canvas. These fireworks look best on a dark background, so tap on the layers icon and tap background color, and then double tap in the black area of the color disk to get black. Now tap on the color swatch and choose a color for your firework. I'm going to make mine gold. Now tap on the brush icon and scroll down to the luminance set. And we want to duplicate this glimmer brush, so just swipe left on the brush and press duplicate. And this should give you a brush called Glimmer 1. And just tap on that to open the brush menu. And then tap stroke at the bottom of the brush menu and increase the spacing of this brush. I'm going to make mine about 64%. Now on the side of the screen, increase the opacity of this brush to 100%. And then make the brush size about 12%. Now draw a circle of glimmer dots in the center of the canvas and try to keep the spacing fairly even and the sizing as well. You don't want it too close together or too far apart. And you might have to redo this a few times to get it right because this really affects how the fireworks look. Now swipe left on the glimmer dots layer and press duplicate. Then turn off the visibility checkbox for the original layer. Okay, so now to make this look more like a firework, we need to give it a bit of a blur. So tap on the adjustments button and then tap perspective blur. And you could give it a positional blur. I'm going to give it a directional blur so that it has a bit of a downturn. So at the bottom of the screen, tap directional. And then move this circle so that it's in the center of the firework. And then move it up towards the top of the firework, but leave a bit of space above it. And then drag this arrow on the circle so that it faces downwards. And then slide your finger or Apple Pencil across the screen until the blur reaches 100%. Now duplicate this blurred layer, and then tap on the end to give it a blend mode, and tap lighten, and then tap add. And then duplicate this a few times to make it darker. I'll duplicate it 3 times. And then swipe right on all of the layers below this layer, except for the original Glimmer Dots layer, and then tap group. And now just tap on this small arrow to collapse the group. Now to give these lines a bit more texture, tap on the adjustments button, and then tap liquify, and at the bottom of the screen tap crystals, and set the size to about 3%. And then just paint over the lines until they have a bit of texture, but not too much. Now turn on the visibility of the original Glimmer Dots layer, and tap on that layer, and then tap on the arrow, and at the bottom of the screen press Uniform. And just resize these dots and move them so they fit the ends of the lines. Now tap on the color swatch, and then double tap in the white area of the color disk to get white. And then duplicate the Glimmer Dots layer, and tap on the duplicated layer and press Select, and then tap on it again and press Fill Layer, and this will fill the dots with white. Now tap on the N, and at the bottom of this menu, tap Lighten, and then tap Add. Then just duplicate this layer a few times to make it darker. I'll duplicate it 3 more times, and then tap on the first white dots layer, and tap on the adjustments button, and then tap Gaussian blur, and slide your finger or Apple Pencil across the screen to increase the blur. I'll make it about 47%. And this just gives them a bit of a glow. So then duplicate this blurred layer a couple of times to increase the glow. Okay, so now let's add some extra glimmer to this firework. Tap on the color swatch and get the same color that you drew the firework with, so I'll get gold. And then create a new layer at the top of the layer stack. And you should still have your glimmer brush selected, so draw some glimmer in the spaces of the firework. And when you're done, just tap on the extra glimmer layer and tap on the N and give it a blend mode such as add. So now this firework is almost done. We just need to add some smoke. And this is an optional step. Just create a new layer and then drag it to the bottom of the layer stack. And then choose a color for your smoke. I'm going to use white. So double tap in the white area of the color disk. And then tap on the brush and scroll to the element set and choose clouds. And set the size on the side of the screen. I'll make mine about 57%. And then paint over your firework. And then just tap on the N on this clouds layer and reduce the opacity until it's barely visible. So now this firework is done, but if you want to add more fireworks, you'll have to group all of these layers together. So tap on the top layer and then swipe right on all of the layers below it. And then tap group. And then you can tap on this arrow on the new group layer to collapse the group. And now you can tap on the arrow and tap uniform and resize the firework or move it. If you want to duplicate this firework, you can just duplicate the group. And then tap on the arrow and move the firework where you want it. If you'd rather draw a new firework, just create a new layer and then draw a new firework in the center of the canvas. It may help to turn off the original layer's visibility while you do this and then turn it back on later. There are lots of other ways to draw fireworks. Try different brushes, colors, and blend modes to create different effects. Thank you for watching.